Hello and welcome. I hope you're having a great day or evening, and it might even get better because today we are playing Rogue Waters, a roguelite but still story-driven RPG, turn-based RPG in fact, where we follow a very interesting story of an immortal crew, and we are currently in our base where we can increase the power of the crew as well as the ship. So here we, for example, could equip modules so that our crew, for example, heals health during each turn, has more movement points, we have better cannons, and what they all do I will show you in a second. But what I also want to show beforehand is that each character levels up. So there is a difference between a typical roguelike where all the progress is lost and this game where we can actually increase our character's power throughout. It's just a bit more than the usual meta progression. So here we have a choice of different raids. For example, the story mission is always in the middle, which would be a boss fight since it is the last mission of the story, which I already have undertaken, but I will do a short mission right here. And also we have different difficulty levels. So currently it is recommended that I would take Heroic 2, which has a higher difficulty level, or which is a more challenging, a brutal tactical challenge for experienced players. Thank you, game, for telling me that I'm an experienced player. So let's start out with the raid, with the mission. I like the art style not only throughout the loading screens, but all the pictures, everything is just up my alley. So we start out with a case study where we have the choice to either gain 150 gold or gain a cannon breaker, which is a cannon that shoots cannons. So you can see targets right there. It tells me it's cannons. So I will pick that one real quick and go up here and equip this cannon, because we can have up to 6 cannons as well as up to 6 modules equipped to our ship. So here we have 3 enemy ships in front of us with the choice of 2 green ones, so they are kind of marines, the mariners there, and gallivants, whatever a gallivant is. And we also see what our reward would be. There is an item, fancy buckle for example, would give one character max HP and movement, but here is a swivel gun, Jesus, that I want to take for myself, so I will engage with this ship right here into the combat. So the combat is at first a ship battle, where we are shown what the enemy's intentions are. He wants to shoot my module right here. So what I can do is shoot it with my cannon. Here we see the glass cannon has a damage output from 2 to 4. So I will do that real quick. Shoot this cannon and it is now destroyed. So he can't use this cannon for the next turns. Then I will use the shipwrecker, which only can target modules. This rum supply right here. The enemy's crew would gain 2 health points each turn. I don't want that, so I will just quickly shoot it down. Okay, next round it will be done. But now we have still 1 command point left. So I can use a cannon breaker and will shoot. Which cannon do I want to shoot? I want to shoot this one. And it got destroyed. Wonderful. So now targets my cannon right here. I don't like that, so I will... We now have either choice to shoot the shipwrecker for 2 command points or the volley gun. Hopefully it says 0 to 4 damage. Hopefully it won't be 0. Yes, perfect. So now this will be saved. This cannon is saved now, which is always nice. And now, since all the modules, all the cannons are destroyed, we can actually focus. We could have done it beforehand, but we can actually now shoot the crew, the enemy crew, and reduce their health points for the upcoming melee fight on the ship. Oh, sorry. Now, sometimes the characters interact with each other. It is always voiced, and now we will put four of our crew members, so the captain, for example, Snoring Ron, Walleye Frank, the names are amazing, Crimson Medica, and put them here. They swing across and will now face the enemies. What we can do, we can actually move or already attack. Then we have different abilities, so for example a cure where we can heal ourselves with a potion, but I want to use thrust right here, and we would always push, or we would push with Crimson Malika, would push the enemy into this assortment of boxes and deal additional damage. He runs against it, so let's do that with Captain Cutter as well. But it will only deal 3 damage. And the enemy is fine, but since Captain Cutter has a special ability that reduces the incoming damage, the fisherman will deal 1 less damage. Now, let's do some damage with Snoring Ron. We reduced his armor. And Walleye Frank, I will move him here because now I will push him into the fire and he will be dealt 2 damage in the next turn. So he's done. Stingray attacked Snoring Ron twice. The fisherman stuns our Frank right here, but now it's fine. Finishing move, which is quite bloody. And Stingray Ron finishes the fight. Wonderful. So now we will gain a bit of coin, so gold, as well as the swivel gun right here, which we will now equip to our ship for the next fight. Perfect. And then here we have the roguelike map where we can actually pick a route, but since we picked this one, it is already predetermined how we will move. And since there is a company's fortress, somewhat of a boss fight, an elite fight, I will quickly do all of the fights leading up to this one, so you can see the finishing run, or the finished run as well. Okay, now we are close to the last fight, but first up we will visit the dock works, where we can actually repair our ship, for example. But since our ship did not take any damage, everything is fine, because if an enemy would destroy during one battle all the health points of a module, it will start off the next fight with 1 less health, so this would be blocked. You can see that actually at the crew, because Snoring Ron, for example, has a wound, so his maximum health is 8 instead of 9. And since Walleye Frank died during one fight I had, his health is now 6 instead of 7. Anyway, we can buy ship modules. So for example, what do I want? I can spend 400 gold for fortified cabins. Wonderful, because now I want to equip that. Our own crew gets 1 max HP now, so it's now 9 and 7 instead of the 8 and 6 beforehand. So we will now drive into the fortress and swim into the fortress. Is a ship driving or swimming, or is it shipping? Anyway, we will now start the attack and we'll gain plunder chest and glass chest, 2 resources we will need for upgrades in the base. But first up, we need to destroy the defenses of the fortress, otherwise all our cannons will be destroyed. I don't like that. So they will attack this module, which is actually fine by me. Our own crew unit is immune to burning. I don't run into burning that often anyway. So let's make it safe that all our cannons will survive to the next round. Hopefully the volley gun will deal, yes, a bit of damage. Wonderful. So now they destroyed the hull. It's fine. We are fine. Now I want both of these modules to survive, so let's destroy the cannons. And now the only cannon he has left is a deck sweeper, dealing 3 damage to one of our crew members. So I will now focus on his modules. I want to take this one out. It would give the enemy 1 armor, so they will be dealt 1 less damage. And yeah, reduce their max health with this one. Nice. Okay. Since he will attack Crimson Malika and Malika can regain health, it's fine. Let's just focus on the modules right here. They can have 1 movement, they can be immune to engage, so they, when we get close to an enemy, they will be engaged, meaning they can't move too far away. That's fine by me. So now I will only reduce the enemy's health points to have an easier boarding. So yeah, I mean, you can actually... Oh, I forgot to reduce this module to 0. Man, that was dumb. Anyway, we still have command points left. Yeah, it's fine. So let's launch into battle and also use the sea beasts we have in store. So we can command the Kraken, for example. I'll show you in a second. And Crimson Malika. Perfect. Put them down. Wonderful. So what I will do now is use... I can either use the Kraken. Smash them. Yes, that looks powerful. Release the Kraken. Yeah. They are down. And what I can also do is put down a boulder from our snail, from our sea snail, which looks really weird. I mean, sea snail does look weird, I know that, but anyway. So if... Actually, maybe I wanted something different. No? No, it's fine. Because now I will move right here. No, I can undo my last action. Move here and push this swordfish into the boulder, which will deal loads of damage. Perfect. Frank will hit the enemy against the barrels and chests here. Captain Cutter will hit him. No, actually I want to redo that because I have a pistol, so he can deal 1 damage beforehand and then kill the enemy. And Snoring Ron is alright by himself since he has loads of health points and armor. Oh boy. Yeah, that boulder is also to the advantage of our enemy, which was not the smartest move from me, but hey. As you know, I am not the smartest man. But since our crew are now down to 3, we can actually deploy 1 more crew member. It will be Cutbait Kwame, whatever. And this character is quite interesting because if we would, I will just show you this, move this enemy or hit this enemy, they will run into this enemy right here. So they will be damaged because someone is pushed into them. But if we combine these two, Cutbait Kwame will use backstab. So let's zoom in. He just hit them and did not get damaged herself. or themselves, or something else. So what I can do, we would not reach this character right here, the flintlock, but there are ropes. So we will move here and now use the rope to swing across. I don't know what this rope is attached to, but there is something, and finish off the flintlock and have finished off this mission. We will now gain experience points for our characters. We will now gain blueprints, so we can use these in the base, as well as glass right here. So now we can, for example, buy new modules, more modules. So this one, for example, would increase the health points of the cooks, so who are cooks. This one, for example, or Snoring Ron, he would gain more health with this one. Or we can also increase our ship's starting modules right here. So we currently have 3 starting modules and could unlock a 4th one. Let's do that. And pick, which do I want to pick? Let's pick this one. Captain Carter's max HP is increased. And since these characters level up, we can allocate a skill point. So, for example, that the pistol right here applies -2 damage bonus. So the enemy would deal less damage. What can we do with Crimson Malika? Increase her health points. Wonderful. And since these wounds, the reduced health, will remain throughout the runs, we will put her into the base and she will regain 2 wounds and fill up the ranks with Bonnie Nancy. And that is basically how the game works. We will go 2 raids, we will go through the story and have fun on the ships with ship battles, melee battles, and so on. I hope you had a great time. Let me know your thoughts of the game in the comments, and if you didn't have a good time, thanks for sticking with me anyway, and have a great day or evening.